Welcome back to the Rwandan Vigilante. Today, we pull back the curtain on one of Rwanda's most powerful tools of control, its education system. This is not just about crowded classrooms or old textbooks. This is about how a nation carefully rewrites its history, promotes obedience over critical thinking, and creates a system where the elite get educated abroad while the rest are educated into silence. The erasure of history. In today's Rwanda, history is not taught to inform. It is taught to obey. Since 1994, the Rwandan government has tightly controlled what is taught about the genocide, the civil war, and the decades before it. Only one version is allowed, and any attempt to question it can land a teacher, a student, or a citizen in prison. In the sanitized curriculum version, Hutus before 1994 barely mentioned. The 1990 RPF invasion from Uganda skipped. Killings of civilians by the RPF during and after the genocide completely erased. One former teacher told Human Rights Watch in 2019, "We are not allowed to mention the RPF's crimes in class. You must only speak of the official version. If not, they say you're denying the genocide." According to Rwanda Education Board textbooks, the official genocide narrative is centered on genocide against the Tutsi, a legal phrase enforced in all institutions. Mentioning the term double genocide or discussing retaliation killings after July 1994 is considered divisionism or genocide ideology. This is not just education, it's indoctrination. Dr. Susan Thompson, political scientist, author of Whispering Truth to Power. Impact on students. Students are taught that critical questioning of the past equals dangerous speech. A 2021 academic paper noted that fear and censorship dominate classroom discussions when students try to engage with Rwandan history. Poor quality hidden by numbers. Rwanda boasts a high enrollment rate, but scratch the surface and the cracks are everywhere. Key stats: 98% enrollment in primary school, true on paper. But completion rates tell another story. Less than 45% of students complete lower secondary school. National exams are often leaked or manipulated, with students reporting coaching before tests. Teacher challenges. In rural schools, one teacher may handle over 80 students. Most teachers are underpaid, undertrained, and often have no specialization in the subjects they teach. 2017 UNICEF report. Over 60% of primary school teachers in Rwanda had only completed secondary education themselves. Infrastructure problems. Classrooms are overcrowded, lacking electricity or basic sanitation. Students sit on floors or share broken benches. Textbooks are often outdated or missing. A school may report 50 students per class, but when you arrive, it's more like 100 crammed into a small room with one chalkboard. FARG and the politics of admission. Education is supposed to uplift survivors, but in Rwanda, even genocide survivors are divided. FARG, Fund for the Support of Genocide Survivors, set up to help Tutsi genocide survivors with healthcare, housing, and education. Yet many survivors report not receiving what they qualify for. Key issue: survivors who don't align with the ruling party often report being excluded from FARG's benefits. Admissions to schools and scholarships are reportedly awarded based on loyalty or connections, not need. Even among survivors, there are first-class and second-class citizens. If you're not close to the government, you get nothing. There have also been fraud scandals involving FARG officials misappropriating survivor funds, ARG, GERG, and classroom propaganda. In the name of unity, Rwandan schools have become ideological factories. ARG, Association of Student Survivors of the Genocide, GERG, Graduate Genocide Survivors Association, originally created to support student survivors. These groups are now deeply political. They organize mandatory student events, genocide memorials, and unity trainings. Any student refusing to participate risks being labeled divisionist. Unity curriculum focuses heavily on remembering the genocide against the Tutsi, omits or punishes discussion of other historical wounds, regularly monitored by teachers trained to report dissent. A teacher once told us, "Say what they want to hear. The truth is dangerous." University student, Huye campus, 2021. A language. Chaos. The French to English switch. In 2008, the government abruptly switched the language of instruction from French to English. Why? To cut ties with France over its alleged role in the genocide? To align Rwanda with the Commonwealth and Anglophone world? Impact? Teachers who were trained in French had to teach in English overnight, with no preparation. Students struggled to understand new textbooks and exams. Quality plunged across subjects. 2015 World Bank report, Over 70% of primary school teachers lacked adequate English proficiency 5 years after the switch. My teacher would explain math in Kinyarwanda, write it in English, and read it in French. We were all lost. School feeding illusions? The government claims to feed every student, but students say it's just beans water without beans. The program. In 2014, Rwanda launched a national school feeding program. It promised daily nutritious meals to every public school student. The reality? Meals are often just thin bean broth. Parents are sometimes forced to contribute money or food, or their children are sent home. A 2022 Human Rights Watch investigation found that many schools reported inflated feeding success. In Rubavu and Ngoma districts, students said they skipped meals or shared one portion among 3. There is food on paper, but hunger in our stomachs. Student, Gatsibo district, the elite abroad 2-tier education. In Rwanda, education is equal, but only if you're poor. The rich, they go elsewhere. While the government claims to build local universities and polytechnics, its own elites send their children abroad. To Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, the US, Canada and the UK, even for high school education observation. Many of Rwanda's top government officials completed their degrees abroad. The trend sends a clear message. The local system is not good enough for our own kids. When leaders send their children abroad, what does that say to those in classrooms with no books, no food and no hope? This is the Rwandan education system, a tool not of liberation, but of limitation. A nation where the past is forbidden, critical thinking is punished, and only the loyal are rewarded. But truth lives where silence is broken. And the first step is to see the system for what it is. Thanks for watching the Rwandan Vigilante. Like, share and subscribe if you believe education should be a path to freedom, not fear.